Hi, welcome back to Kayla Cooks on TV. In today's segment, we'll be going through food preparation and food safety in the kitchen. It's important to be clean and orderly in the kitchen for a successful meal. All right, let's get started. First, we're going to go over hand washing technique. Proper hand washing technique is really important in the kitchen. We're going to take a dab of soap and get some warm water and really scrub our hands together. About the time it takes to sing row, row, row your boat. Should be a sufficient amount of time to kill germs, pathogens, anything that might be on your hands which you don't want in your food. So let's wash our hands. Get a little bit of soap right here. We're gonna rub our hands together, get it through our fingers, all around. Might even wanna go up into the wrist a little bit if you're gonna be dealing with something extra messy. Just a good precaution to just get anything that might be on your hands off and not in your food. So we're gonna rinse it here. Make sure you get all the soap residue off. You don't want any of that in your food either. And then we're gonna use a clean towel or paper towel. It's really important to use a clean towel because if you're using a dirty one that's been around the kitchen all week, it could have germs or anything nasty in it, so you don't want that in your food either. So now that we have our hands clean, and it's also important to wash your hands before and after and during food prep. Sometimes I'll wash my hands like 3 or 4 times just prepping a certain meal, especially if you're handling raw meat, eggs, anything like that. They can carry a risk of salmonella and you don't want to spread that to other foods. So it's just a good idea to just wash your hands, even if you're washing your hands a lot. That way you don't have any risk of contamination. Next, we're gonna wash some vegetables. It's really important to wash vegetables and fruit really carefully. There can be pesticides if you don't buy organic fruits and veggies, or there could be pathogens or endospores or anything like that which you don't want to contaminate your food. So a carrot is a root vegetable. We're gonna wash some mushrooms. These things come from the ground, so we wanna make sure they get really clean. So when we're washing fruits and vegetables, we want to make sure to really get them soaked, and especially bagged salads. They'll come with a little thing on the package that says, oh, it's been washed 4 times, pre-washed. It's really important to wash those again, especially with some of the E. coli breakouts that have happened, especially here in California. We want to make sure you get those really clean. So just for your own safety, just wash them again. Takes about few seconds, so just wash them again. So we're just gonna run these under some water, get them real nice and wet. Good, and then you can blot these dry, or you can just kind of tap them with your towel, but they don't need to get really dry unless it's really gonna affect what you're cooking. So now we're gonna move on to knife technique. Next, we're going to demonstrate proper chopping technique and really knife safety. So when you select a knife, you want to select a good sharp knife with a nice blade. Also, you want to have a good sturdy handle. The knife should rest comfortably in your hand. You're going to run your finger down the blade of the knife. It gives you a little bit of extra support, but it should be loose in your hand. You shouldn't be gripping the knife, nothing like that. So we're going to demonstrate how to chop a carrot right now. You want to have your tips of your fingers kind of loosely hold the vegetable, not like that, or nothing like up here kind of holding it. You don't want to get too close to the knife. This kind of just sturdies the vegetable and really gets your fingers out of the way. So for proper chopping technique, we're going to have our tip of our blade down. So the tip of the blade should be into the cutting board, and you're just going to chop and move down the vegetable. A lot of times people don't know that this is the wrong proper chopping technique. A lot of times there's confusion with chopping. This technique, the knife down, is proper, but a lot of times people get confused and they do this one. This is the wrong way. I just want you to hear it because it sounds different, and that way you'll understand why it's the wrong way. It makes a lot of noise. For proper one, we're gonna have our tip down and we're just gonna run our knife through the vegetable like that. Much quicker, much easier, a lot safer. You don't have to bring the knife up every time. It's just down and run through vegetable like that. Same thing for this mushroom. We're gonna keep our tip down and just run through the vegetable And I'm moving my left hand at the same time as I'm moving my knife, just kind of slowly moving down the vegetable. We'll go through that one more time with the celery. And we're just gonna go down. And I'm just, if you need a break, if you're new to this, you can just readjust your hand, bring it down here. Don't wanna get too close to the knife, and we're just gonna run down the celery like that. All right, now you have some tips to get you started in the kitchen. Stay tuned.